Next year, Oxfam will celebrate 80 years of fighting to alleviate global poverty. On many occasions during its proud history, it has needed to innovate, and in 2020 it did it again by the pioneering use of Rich Communication Services, or RCS for short. To talk about this, I'm joined by Drew Hickling, Supplier Relationship Manager at Oxfam GB, and Nick Millward, Vice President of Europe for mGage. Drew, let's talk with you first. So what spurred your decision to look at RCS messaging?
Oxfam's been working with mGage for our premium SMS services for quite a while, and we had no idea about RCS messaging, really. mGage presented the new technology to us, and we thought it was really exciting and something we wanted to kind of experiment with. So we kind of decided to undertake a trial, and we kind of slotted it into our target of acquiring new regular giving supporters. And we thought this would be kind of a really good fit for that project. So that's why we got involved in the trial.
So Nick, how did the project actually come into being? What process did you go through?
As Drew mentioned, been working with Oxfam for a number of years, and they've always been, a great partner of ours, working on some of the newer technologies. So we thought this would be a great fit for them in terms of new technology, in terms of the advertising, but also they're heavy users on the mobile payment side. So it was a great fit, really, that we can combine these two new services together. And obviously, with what's happened with the pandemic, in-person donations have been hit. So there's a number of factors kind of came together, and we took on this project together, and it's been very successful.
So, Drew, what effect did it have? What impact did it have?
The pandemic has been difficult for everyone, including Oxfam, but it does present new opportunities for us to engage with our audiences in different ways. So people are much more reliant on their technology, much more connected than ever before, through necessity. And that, coupled with Oxfam's always looking for new ways to kind of engage with our supporters in new and interesting ways, and kind of cut through in a competitive charity market. And the RCS trial send that we did enabled us to do that. We also ran a control group against a normal premium SMS ask, and we achieved notably better results with our RCS message.
What features should have most impressed you, would you say?
The feature that impressed me the most personally was the carousel feature that we had in our RCS message, allowing people to scroll across and choose their different price points. It was just a very engaging feature of the message, and completely different to a standard SMS that is very interesting to see after so long where SMS are not really developing. It's lovely to see a new feature like that. It was also great to see Oxfam's branding and imagery on the message, on the RCS message. It just has completely changed how engaging the messages can be for our mobile supporters. So that's really, really important for us as well. And the fact that we can ask for multiple price points with an RCS message due to the kind of extended capacity for content, allowed us to comfortably contact a wider range of supporters.
So Nick, I know you're experts in this technology field, but have any of the results actually surprised you?
Yeah, we're really pleased with the engagement. I go back to the original point that this is a first for the industry. We've combined two services with a world-leading charity such as Oxfam, and it was the first time that the market's ever seen this, and the results have been great. So what we've seen from the initial campaigns that we've run, they're much higher than email. I think they're roughly 3 times what we would normally see in terms of engagement on email, and they're exceeding that on other channels as well. As Drew mentioned, our existing premium rate SMS is exceeding what we would normally see on that as well. So, the early signs are very encouraging. and we believe that this is a very scalable solution now, given the early campaigns that we've run first off with Oxfam.
So Drew, has this made you think about the way you now communicate with your supporters? Do you think it will make any change?
Yes, I believe it will. It's just a way more engaging method of talking to our mobile supporters who usually don't get a very engaging message. Being able to provide content, branded imagery, and information about what their money is going towards is really, really important for charity donations. People love to know that their donations are being put to good use, and now we can tell our supporters using RCS about the great work that Oxfam is doing.
So Drew, would you recommend it to other charities?
I say if you're a charity and you're looking for an innovative way to engage with your mobile audiences, I think RCS is definitely an avenue you should investigate, because we've seen some great results, and as well as financial, the engagement factor is completely a different ball game to a normal premium SMS.
So Nick, just remind us, what's the need for this RCS channel?
We've combined, as I say, two technologies here, which has been a first for the industry. And the key to this, and at its core, is the engagement rate. So the need for it is that we have a new advertising channel, which is the rich communication service. So we can obviously present content in a much more engaging way to the user. But then when you combine that with optimized mobile billing and mobile payments, it means that industries or organizations such as charities, such as what we've done here with Oxfam, mean that they can get their base of donators to actually donate more or donate on a regular basis. So what you're doing is you're combining a higher engagement rate in terms of the advertising push, and then off the back of that, you've got a much slicker way of taking a donation, an easier way for people to actually make that donation. So by combining those two things together, we have a very slick and useful channel for the industry to both advertise and then for people to make a commercial payment at the end of it.
And what of the future generally for mobile messaging and payments?
I believe this is the start of the journey. So I think what we will see is further expansion of rich communication services across all devices. I think as well what you'll see is an adoption for probably other payment channels. What we've done here today is the carrier billing side. So that's where you pay directly through your phone bill. But I think you'll see other payment channels being adopted, such as potentially Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit cards, debit cards. Again, really kind of giving the choice to the supporter or the donator or the person that's paying money into that organisation. So, I just genuinely believe that the evolution of mobile is continuing, and that's what we're seeing here. And I think you'll see more of it in different industries, and you'll certainly see it being adopted on other payment channels as well.
Well, it's great to hear what Oxfam has done with this technology. Thank you both for joining us today.